It's Skip Clark, 92.1 The Wolf, and we've taken the podcast out on the road. We are at the Limp Lizard on Onondaga Boulevard. That's right, we're live right now. So if this is popping up on your phone, you need to be here. There's a whole lot of activity, and if you take a look at the picture, well, most importantly, the guy to my right is Dano from Dano's Seasoning. That's
What's
cool.
up?
Yeah, dude, welcome. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Happy to get to know you a little bit. And of course, the guy to my left, and you're right as you look at your screen, Dan Palladino of Heritage Hill, who's a big player when it comes to the Battle of the Wings that we'll be talking about. Hello, Dan. How are you?
Doing, Skip? Good.
Good. And then the man all the way down on my right, looking at his phone and
I'm putting up
trying to
social
be
media.
cool.
I'm trying to get people to the Inner Harbor on Friday at 4:00.
Hey, what's going on?
Irons?
We got a little wing competition going on that we usually do, called the Empower Federal Credit Union Battle of the Wings.
Cool.
And I got two of my best sponsors with me right here, right? Dan O and Dan from Heritage Hill.
You know, Nick, I've heard you for how many months now talk about this gentleman that's sitting to my right, Danos. You just said, I guess you went to Buffalo and you got to know each other.
We had a good time
bit.
in Buffalo for sure.
He had a wing competition there, right?
Yeah, so we did the Buffalo Wing Festival at the Bill Stadium. We teamed up with Dano Seasoning to offer the original. And what did we bring? Hot Chipotle, I think, was the other one.
Yep.
And then it was fun. We had a good time. We won Most Creative Wing Award, and it was cool. It was good to meet Dan and his team, and we just had a good time. Our guys did, and we just kept it rolling.
Is that when you first met Dan? Is that when it all came together? And now you guys apparently are pretty good friends.
Yeah, so we rented the Bills Mafia house right outside Bills Stadium, and we linked up with Dan to try to get some content. Neither of us really had a plan with what content we wanted, and next thing you know, we were watching, who was that? A Serena Williams tennis match at the bar.
That's right. We put a little money against her.
Yeah, I think she lost and we won.
You won?
We did.
And Dano lost?
No. We both won on
you
Serena
both did.
losing. Yep.
I convinced him that she was going to lose. It was her time was up.
We headed right to the bar, and we watched the entire match.
Dan Palladino, Heritage Hill. Do you watch tennis at all?
Nah, not much up in Pompey, but yeah, I've heard about it.
Tell me a little bit about how you got involved with we're here for Cans, Clams, and Dan's, but Battle of the Wings is this weekend. Heritage Hill playing a big part in that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have some pretty good wings that we're pretty proud of up in Pompey. We smoke them right up on site, and Nick reached out to us, and we love Limp Lizard. We've been on tap here several times, and asked if we'd be interested in joining this year and sponsoring for beer, and we're like, absolutely. Wings in Central New York, Inner Harbor, the beginning of summer, it's perfect. That's where we want to be.
Yeah, exactly. And you strolled into the Limp Lizard here carrying a new product.
Frozen oranges. Yeah.
Frozen oranges.
Yeah. So we just canned this yesterday. It's our New England IPA.
I don't think you can see it at all.
We're definitely going to have some of those down there. VIP tent for sure. We're going to have our beer truck down there with 4 beers on tap, and Nick will be slinging those. So it's going to be a great day.
You said Nick's going to be slinging those?
Yeah, you'll be bartending, right?
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
I
bit.
get back there.
Yeah.
I like to see the lines and just start flinging beer everywhere. It's the best. It's the best.
We're actually closing our restaurant and just having food trucks up there, so everybody can be down here to just put the best show on we can down here.
That's awesome. It's going to be a great weekend. There's certain things we can't predict, and but the show goes on, and we're gonna party. We're gonna eat wings, and we're gonna celebrate. And we got a lot of entertainment. I want to talk about the star of the show today, Dano.
Okay.
How did this whole seasoning thing come about?
How did it start? Well, it was a recipe I had from all the way back when I was in college. So it was one night I had some frozen bone-in, skin-on chicken, been sitting in my freezer for months, and I had a buddy there with me, and he's like, oh, let's just throw all these spices on. So we did that, and it ended up being this amazing chicken. So it gave me the idea. I'm like, oh, I need to start playing around with all these spices. So I basically kind of figured my own recipe, had it for like 15 years. I ended up finding myself as a bartender and looking for a way to change my life. And it wasn't until I brought in a piece of this chicken one day, gave it to a guy, and he's like, this is the best chicken I ever had. Why aren't you selling it? And it was like my aha moment. I was like, Dano's. I was like, that's it. That's what I'm going to do.
And you've called it Dano's.
Everybody my name was Danny Oliver. I had tons of people that called me Dano, so like it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Now,
It really did.
how many different seasonings do you have altogether?
Well, I have 5 now. We just released the brand new seasoning.
Okay.
It started with the original and the spicy, the green and the red top, and it was like that for 5, 6 years, and then we launched Chipotle, and then the crunchy, and now
And,
seasoning.
and if somebody wanted to pick up Dano's seasoning, where can they get it locally, or do they have to go
You
online?
can get it locally. Walmart, Kroger, Wegmans, Price Choppers.
Yeah, you can get about 900 feet from here at Wegmans.
Absolutely.
Really? I could just walk out this back door and go grab me some before
Or
I
you-
go home tonight.
You could, or if you're just sitting at home and you don't want to go anywhere, hop on Amazon.
There you go. Well, here you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You never imagined that this would happen to you, right?
Well, people say that all the time, and I probably wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't imagine it. I had the vision. I wanted to have a national product like this. I envisioned because I knew my flavor. Like that was the thing that hit me. It was my flavor, and I was like, "There's nothing like this. It's not like any other rub or seasoning you've ever had. It's got its own unique flavor." So I was like, "This is totally different," and loved the name, and I just saw the vision.
That's cool.
It's cool. It's amazing. Do you've sprinkled it on your products before?
Oh yeah.
And it's like a rub, and also the right.
That's what we use is rubs. Yep.
And what about you? Beef, chicken, all types of poultry.
Anything you want, even if you don't cook. I tell people, even if you don't cook, just sprinkle it on.
Yeah.
Use it like salt and pepper, and it'll turn 2 into a 10.
How do you come up with a flavor?
How did I come up with it? Well, it's got a strong rosemary flavor.
I know, but how do you say, you know what, I want this to taste like this, whatever? I mean,
It was kind of just me just grabbing a bunch of stuff and throwing it together. And one day after a couple batches, I was like, "That's it." So I kind of stuck in my head how to make the one recipe. I was good at one thing, making this chicken. And then
That's all you need.
once the idea
That's all you
happened, I
need.
knew I was going to work on packaging this product. I started to figure out it's good on fish, chicken, steaks, burgers.
Everything.
Yeah,
Just keep going with it.
anything.
Now,
Absolutely.
tell me a little bit about your bringing up, though. Where are you actually from?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Yeah, home of the Derby.
Ah,
Kentucky
yeah,
Derby.
that's right. Have you been to the Derby?
Absolutely. I haven't been lately.
No?
I mean, being a local, you kind of like chill when you're a kid, and then it's like, I'll go back when I got really good seats one day.
You should have those now. I don't know. Have you ever been to the Derby? Dan?
No.
I
I've
never
I've put it on television at the
Oh,
brew
yeah.
house before, but
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't have a good enough hat for it. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the thing. You
And
gotta-
it's not Louisville, it's Louisville, right?
Louisville.
Louisville.
Say it, because see, I'm
Louisville.
from Syracuse, so I messed that up big time. Say Louisville, Nick. Can you say it right?
Louisville. So no, I don't
See, he
say
said
it.
Louisville.
Yeah,
I would say Louisville too. I'm a northerner, but
yeah.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville. See,
Louisville.
I work as Louisville, Louisville, the baseball team when they come to town. I work at the stadium a lot here, the AAA affiliate, and I see Louisville and they tease me about it and say, no, it's Louisville.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Anyways,
I mean, I can always spot somebody that's from Louisville when they say it.
Louisville. Oh, you're from my hometown. Or you're
Yeah.
from my state.
And vice versa, you know when they're not too.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. When they say Louisville, you know they're definitely not.
Yeah,
from Louisville.
you're long gone.
You guys have never even been there before. So, anyways, so with Battle of the Wings coming up this weekend, you're going to be here all weekend for that.
Absolutely. We're one of the big sponsors out
Yep.
there, and we're making sure Dano's is going on all the wings and going to make everything fantastic.
Mm-hmm. What about that, Nick?
Yeah, so he's got his own award, Dano Seasoning Award. We'll be judging with a couple other special guest judges Friday night, announcing that. And then he will be a judge of the Battle of the Wings bracket on Saturday. So that'll be fun.
Cool.
Dano sponsored the whole wing competition. So
Now, does everybody have to use the Dano's season?
for the Friday night award, they do.
Friday night.
Yep. And they were, Dano's was nice enough to send each wing competitor 3, the spicy, the chipotle, and the original.
It's like
To
go
try.
town.
Yep.
Make it
So,
work. Make it work.
and they've all pretty much texted me for more of it, like I'm the Dano dealer or something. But at all hours of the night
We're
too.
going to have to start getting commissions.
Can we get some more Danos? It's midnight now. I can't really get you more right now, but maybe in the morning I can see what I got. But yeah,
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Did you ever, well, like we already talked about, you never imagined this really would happen, but it happened. Everything kind of fell into place. You've done really well. I know social media, your followers, and just the numbers. Whether it's TikTok, I believe it's TikTok, and it's just taken off. Those numbers are unbelievable. And do you do all that yourself, or do you have somebody that does your social media?
Well, in 2020, right when COVID happened, that's when I used to, for 3 years, I traveled the country, show to show, doing little festivals, and that's how I made my money. Well, then I had to resort to social media, and it was TikTok. So that was all about TikTok, and it was just me. Like, I would shoot the videos, edit the videos, and it took off. Well, then it was just a few months after that I made a partnership with the marketing company.
Oh, cool.
And as soon as we did that, I started to get help on shooting the videos. So, I did them by myself for probably a good 6 months, and then it,
Gets to be a lot of work.
we got better and better, and then we started to, all right, well, we're big on TikTok. Well, we need to grow our Instagram and YouTube and the other platforms. So now we've got over 6 million followers total on all platforms.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
How many do you have, Dan?
12,000, but I'm not even on TikTok, and I know that's something we got to work on, but we're just, it's more local. He's a lot more national.
He's more national.
You can't take it across state lines. Yeah,
Star? Are you kidding?
it's awesome. No, it's a good path.
When it comes to the food industry,
Yeah.
this guy's over the top of that. It's awesome in a good way.
We do.
Because he was on TikTok. It's a smart way to do it. You got to be in touch with how
It was
everybody
sink or
does it now.
swim. I was listening
Yeah.
to Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's like, if you have a brand and you have a product and you're
Yeah.
not on TikTok, you don't know, you're missing the boat. And I
Smart.
was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm either gonna survive or I'm not. So I'm
Yeah.
on TikTok every day, and it worked out for me.
Now,
That was
do
cool.
you do a lot of these shows? Do you get to go out and travel the country and kind of show off your product? I know you're here this weekend, obviously, for the Battle of the Wings, but do you get to do more of this?
Festivals like this, I think we're doing 3 of them this year
Okay.
total. So we kind of got to pick and choose because we got to put up a lot of money as far as investment to send everybody here. It's not like we're really going to make money off of it. It's more for the branding and the marketing. So we kind of pick and choose the people that we like,
Yeah.
who we want to hang out with.
And we appreciate it big time, big time.
I got to tell you, Nick hasn't stopped talking about this since that Buffalo event.
Awesome.
Every time we see him, it's always topic of conversation. So
I remember in Buffalo, he was showing me on my phone. He's like, "Look, this is my event. You got to come to this next year." And I'm like, well, "I'd love to."
Yeah.
He's one of the best marketers I know.
So I told Dan, we talked about this afternoon already. When we went to Buffalo, I was a little intimidated, right? Because we have the Wing Fest here. It was our first time in Buffalo. We brought 25,000 wings. We brought a Renzi rig with us.
Oh, wow.
So I was ready, right? 6 of us went, and it was a good event. It was cool. Drew did a good job, but it's big. It's spread out, and we didn't do as well selling them. It just wasn't. It was different, right? It was more corporately structured and stuff. Right. So then I started telling Dan, I go, look, man, mine's a party. You got to see mine. This is way different. Like we got music the whole time. We got people. We got beer. We got this was cool, but no, this is definitely not the idea I thought we were doing. I mean, each of our wing vendors will sell, 8 to 10,000 wings this weekend.
A whole rig with you?
Yeah, up there. Yeah.
The refrigerated.
They dropped it off for us. We got there on Thursday. Wow. We stayed Thursday to Monday, and I mean, I'd probably do it again, but we were prepared for a lot more than I thought we'd.
Well, 10,000's a lot of wings.
Yeah, we're gonna sell 10,000 wings this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I have no idea what 10,000 looks like, but
I just looked inside our cooler, and it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
We sold 17,000 for Super Bowl. We did 50-cent wings to go.
Okay.
And I couldn't get the phone to stop ringing.
Oh, I remember that. And here again, it was
like in one location.
Here.
Wow.
This is crazy, Gano.
We're gonna make a run this year at something. I don't want to put the secret out there yet, but we're gonna have a cool promotion on Super Bowl.
Now, wings. If I remember correctly, wings, the prices were like going sky high.
Yeah.
And have they come down a little?
Oh yeah, they've leveled
I
out.
have no idea. You guys
was a hot topic for our wing vendors, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a hot topic.
Yeah. Well, pricing's an interesting thing in the restaurant industry.
But you know what? You're right. It was a hot topic. I've talked to a lot of these different vendors that are going to be there, and for Dano, everybody I talked to said that they were using, or most everybody said, yeah, we're using the Dano seasoning on this.
Yeah.
So, which is cool. Because one of my first questions was, "Are you using Danos?"
Yeah.
So, which is awesome. Which is awesome. Tell us a little bit about, if we may, Heritage Hill. I mean, we've got this frozen oranges, which you just over the last few days
Canned it yesterday. Yeah. We did a whole canning run yesterday. We're gonna have a lot of them down at the Wing Fest. We're gonna have Battle of the Wings. We're gonna have our tap truck. So it's a big box truck. It's got taps on the side of it. We got it loaded up with what do you say? 26 kegs. We are loading on there tomorrow. So
Yep.
for the
And
festival.
you mentioned it earlier. How many? 4 different flavors?
There'll be 4 different flavors on that. The VIP tent will have 6 different cans for the people in the VIP tent to try out, and then we'll have our wings there as well, which we can't talk about those yet. We know they're smoked,
Yeah.
but so are Nick's, so that's about as much as you get.
To get somebody to make the trip to Pompey and go to Heritage Hill, and I've been there. You know
Yeah.
that. Absolutely beautiful. What would you tell somebody? Say, why should they go to your Heritage Hill?
And it would depend on the person. I could give any person a reason to go there, whether you're going for, the great beers and our food, or see the beef cattle out there, the sunsets that we have, the fact we're at, almost 2,000 feet elevation, and you can see, you can see almost a Rochester, the Adirondacks and everything. And it's not that, Nick reminded me about tonight, and a half hour later I was here with 2 cases of beer in the back. Yeah, well, it's, I'm used to it. Once you get used to the drive, it's nice, so it's good. Brews, views, and food, and barbecue. That's it.
And I'll tell you what, this beer, this frozen orange, the one you're holding on to,
Brother.
that's what it looks like
Yeah.
in a glass.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Thank you,
I've
buddy.
always been like, I like Blue Moon, I like IPAs.
Yeah.
This is like the perfect mix.
Thank
You're
you.
a big IPA guy. You like craft beer and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
a favor? I mean, what would you get at home? And wait a minute, in Louisville.
I don't know, man. I'm always switching it up. I
Yeah.
mean, Blue Moon probably is one of my go-tos. I like a Blue Moon, and like a lot of times when I go to like a craft house, like I'll get something that's close to that. So this would definitely be something that I would pick off the menu.
Same day. Like people ask you, like, what's my favorite Heritage Hill beer? I'm like, what's the temperature outside? What have I been doing the past for 3 hours? It's all sorts of depends on what you're in the mood for. Yeah, Billy, he'll be there this weekend as well.
Cool. I had no idea. I'm just a radio guy,
Yeah.
and I sit here and push buttons. And but that one time I came up and you gave us the tour around the place, I didn't realize what it took to even just put a beer together, a craft beer, and you have a brewmaster who, temperature and all that stuff.
Oh, it's a science. Yeah, it's total science. Yeah.
And then now we got so many people doing it at home, right?
Yeah. But they
want
say,
to
a lot of people doing it at home say they want to open a brewery, and the best advice somebody gives them is start charging your friends for your beer. If they pay for it, then you should open a brewery.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Never even thought about that. Nick, how many different brews do you have here? The Limp Lizard.
We have 30. We have 30 draft lines. Wow. Yeah. My bar manager Kristen takes care of all that. I stay in the loop if I need to, but she does a good job with it. So she's
awesome.
She takes pride with it.
So, Dano, are you going to have some of that seasoning on sale at the Battle of the Wings?
We are. We're the main sponsor, so we're bringing our whole booth and three Dano's team members. That's what they do is they travel to little events like this and sell the product. So
tell me about your team. Do you have? You said you got a few team members, but how big is your team overall?
We're getting close to 50 employees now.
And it started out you as a bartender.
I started out with $8,000 in a dream.
And your dream has come to fruition.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool, man.
Now he's here in Syracuse, New York.
Yeah, he's here in Syracuse.
Exactly where
He's sitting here at
the
the
best
Limp
basketball town in the country.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am. I'm a big sports fan. I like to bet a little money on the sport.
Yeah. So I had to make sure Jim Boeheim was going to come and judge the Dano Seasoning Award with him. So he will be there Friday night.
He would.
He will. Yeah, he will be there. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. This has been really awesome to sit down with
totally.
you guys and just kind of talk a little bit. And to meet Dano, it's an honor. And like I said, Nick has been hot on this since he went to Buffalo. That's what I know. And it's just you can't. People talk about it. I mean, you walk around, and I heard somebody said, "Is that Dano?" I mean, it's happening. It's happening.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And that's the power of social media.
Yep.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? This wouldn't have happened 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Not
I
like
mean,
this.
2 years ago, I might see somebody might recognize me once a week, and now it's like if I walk into a Kroger store, especially if I have something that says Dano's on it, everybody's like, "You're
That's
Dano's."
That's cool.
That's awesome. You know, I'm not going to keep you guys, but this has been pretty cool to
Yeah.
sit down and be able to talk. Nick, with Battle of the Wings, of course, if you're watching this before the weekend, it's happening this weekend, the Syracuse Inner Harbor.
Yep.
We got a great lineup. We got some big stars coming in for it as well. I know we have Frank Ray on Friday. Thompson Square is going to be on that big stage on Saturday,
Yep.
as well as lots of other great
Fireworks on Friday.
fireworks too. Yeah,
Yep.
how cool is that?
People
You've
love
never had that before.
No,
Wow.
people love fireworks at the harbor. That's why I added it. I see them do it on like the Winterfest and a couple other things. I'm like, this place is packed. We should do this for Wingfest.
It was actually nice at Winterfest. I was down there that night.
Yeah, it was
You know-
busy.
You know, obviously there's snow and stuff, but there's that effect of the fireworks with the snow on the ground and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So,
My wife and kids love it. So.
and we'll see you tomorrow, Skip. We'll be swinging by the station, right?
Oh, you're coming by. Cool.
yeah,
Cool. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
we'll
be
be
on the
by- yeah.
radio. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna get you
Absolutely.
4:30, I think, or so. We're gonna got the whole itinerary all day tomorrow. Me and-
Nick, I better tell you 3 o'clock and you'll be there at 4:30.
yeah, probably tomorrow anyway.
Mhm.
Dan, it's gonna be awesome, right?
It's gonna be awesome.
Ready? Are you ready? Well, yeah, we're ready. We've got
Always ready.
Yeah, we're always
And
good.
if you're looking for Dano at it, he's probably drinking the Heritage Hill frozen oranges in the Dano.
We'll
VIP
make sure
tent.
we'll give him a couple 4-packs.
Robbie.
And if you're watching this right now, Dano is hanging out with us at the Limp Lizard and with 92.1 The Wolf and the Wolf Cast. And of course, you know,
Yeah.
it's been an honor. Dano, it's a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Thank
Of
you.
course,
Thank
I'll
you
talk
so
to
much.
tomorrow. Nick, I'll see you
All right.
soon, you know,
Yep.
and Dan,
See ya.
best buddies right here. Awesome. Good seeing y'all. Thanks for watching. And there you go. Make sure you stop down and
All
say
right,
hello
cool.
to Dano. It's cans, clams, and Dan's. That's what's going on today. Right here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.